Rising food prices, the food truck phenomenon, a different kind of food debate, and our consumer panel talks milk. For today, Wednesday, October 27th, 2010. This is Food News Today. Taste, health, nutrition, convenience, sustainability, and of course value are all issues that the average American shopper faces every time they go to a supermarket. Food discussions are widespread. Our readers, listeners, and viewers are demanding to know more. FNT is meant to be a food trends and issues service for both conventional and social media that cuts through the food clutter and focuses on the news stories that matter. A weekly live discussion lasting just a few minutes that will highlight the top stories and offer links to research to help you empower your audiences with opinions, insights, facts, and unbiased food information. I've always envisioned a weekly breakfast with food media leaders where we could spend a couple hours just discussing, debating, and dissecting the week's food events. Now it's possible through technology, and to expand the discussion to a much larger group. As you'll see below the video screen, there's a chat function, and immediately following this webcast, we will continue the discussion, get your opinions, and answer any questions you may have, and also take requests for further information. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Zagat for the first time included food trucks in its reviews this year. Food trucks are here to stay, at least for a while, as they attract a hip, foodie-type customer who's a coveted shopper that any restaurant or supermarket would enjoy having as a regular customer. We call these people Mo-foodies, or mobile food fans, who are often obsessed with the food and the trucks and are hungry for the latest Twitter feeds for daily specials and hourly locations. As much as we would like to think that today's food trucks are a new and brilliant idea, it's the evolution of what started around 70 years ago in the 1940s with wagons parked at specified locations where people would meet and sit on bar stools and eat off high counters and would enjoy their foods. Back in those days, the wagons were actually called diners. Higher food prices are imminent. Retailers have absorbed higher wholesale food costs since this spring without raising retail prices accordingly, and that's all about to change. We believe it all explodes immediately after Election Day next week. Commodity prices for animal feed are up due to the weather conditions, and therefore beef, pork, and poultry prices, which are already at the highest levels since the 1980s, are about to rise even further. Expect food prices this holiday season to be the highest they've been in years, and here's why. U.S. Department of Agriculture cut its harvest forecast for corn, soybeans, and wheat due in part to hot, rainy weather in late summer. The 3.8% projected cut in corn was the largest in bushel terms in more than 30 years. The wholesale prices of tom turkeys are up 15% versus a year ago. Wholesale cattle prices are up 13.5%, broiler chickens up 7%. The U.S. is the world's largest wheat exporter, and exports are being bought by everyone globally. The Environmental Protection Agency says that the share of ethanol blended into fuel could rise to 15%. That is up from 10%. Just last week, USDA and FAA announced a program in which aviation fuels will be produced from different feedstocks for biorefineries, with the Biomass Crop Assistance Program paying farmers up to 75% of the cost of starting such crops and provide 15 years of additional funding support. Farmers have a choice: food for fuel or food for food. It's likely that many farms will convert to the more profitable fuel option. USDA is projecting that retail food prices, as reflected by the Consumer Price Index for food at home, are seen climbing 3.5%. That comes on the heels of 2009's 0.5%, which followed a huge 6.4% jump back in 2008. Our prediction: double the 3.5%. Everyone's talking about school lunch these days. We polled the Supermarket Guru Consumer Panel, which is 72% female, to find out exactly what consumers think about milk served in schools. Here's what they said. 92% still believe milk should be served in schools. Alarming to some is that currently 71% of the milk served in schools across the country is flavored. New York City school food officials report that fat-free chocolate milk fills approximately 60% of the 100 million cartons served each year, while plain milk only accounts for about 1%. Over half the consumer panel objects to flavored milk in schools, even when given the information that flavored chocolate milk encourages milk consumption. The participants cite sugar content, high fructose corn syrup, and calories as the main reasons for their flavored milk objection. 12% reports that they don't serve it at home, so they don't want it served in schools. In Susquehanna Valley, Pennsylvania, WGAL television arranged a debate in a supermarket where Republican incumbent Todd Platts, Democrat Ryan Sanders, and independent Josh Monaghan, all hoping to win the 19th U.S. Congressional District election next week, walked around Kenny's Supermarket in Gettysburg using items from the reporter's shopping list as the basis to relate to policies and issues, including spending and taxes. Their first stop was in produce, of course, to discuss corn and its role in both agriculture and fuel.
How do you balance the need to produce renewable sources of energy and to get that to the consumer with the other need that's out there right now, which is to control spending in Washington?
A terrific idea. Only next time, allow shoppers to join in, bring their shopping list and their receipts, and ask their tough questions. For Food News Today, I'm Phil Lempert. Thanks for joining us.